Let's just go live, bro. Let's just cut it and go live. It's terrible.
Audio man, please.
Yeah,
Thank
audio.
All right, thank you.
Oh.
Fabio. Yeah,
Fabio,
thank you.
yeah. All right,
great
everybody. All right. So, everybody, how about a sound check? So we're now using the Rodecaster Pro, which is it was a huge step for the podcast. It was a huge step for 60 Foot. Up to this point, we used a software totally fail sauced on the last one. Like we were 30 minutes in, and it was absolutely
I was yapping, and it was like
trial. I was like, oh man, I look like such a broke person. A $30 software that I paid for. We were waiting on the cereal to come in because I bought it at 6 p.m. waiting on the cereal to come in. And I was like, I'm just going to pull the trigger. We're going to do this thing. First time I ever ran two mics. The software was to run two microphones.
Two Michaels.
And we were like, trial.
Yeah, we were very confidently halfway through everything.
We were rolling, dude.
No rear view.
None. None at all. Oh, all right. So, I guess we could, after this, let's, the last podcast we had went through kind of like the who is Chris Theriault, who are his favorite Hollywood actors, who is his favorite serial killer. Is that appropriate to say?
Yeah. Okay. It's always appropriate.
Yeah, we went through all that. I think what we'll do is let's just keep this live rolling. And what I'll do is afterwards I'll just download the two files. We'll put them together. I want to keep the live originals, though.
Yeah, it's going to say trial on the first one.
We would have to run it to a certain point, I guess. I hope it doesn't cut off anything important.
Yeah, I don't know if it started from the beginning or what, because, maybe they thought it was part of it.
How messed up would it be if we re-asked the questions and the answers were completely different?
They could be.
Like one of those psychology tests?
Just go for it, yeah.
Do we really want to do that?
Sure. I'm down with it.
All right, so cool. So we'll start right from the beginning, I guess. So thanks, everybody. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you haven't shared, please share it. We are, of course, on we're doing Facebook, trying to get the word out on Facebook first. We need as many YouTube subscribers as possible, as quickly as possible. We he says it runs up to 27 minutes before it says trial. 27 minutes of good, wholesome content. He took the time to look.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Great guy, Jeff.
Jeff is a great guy, actually.
How is this mic sounding? Sounding pretty good? Is it too low? Is it too quiet? Is my voice too high-pitched? I can't really fix that, but we'll see. Is the volume low with you? Oh.
I don't know.
At first I thought you said it because I saw the last name.
Oh, that would be funny. Oh, yeah, because she's my same. Yeah. That's funny. No, let's we can run it up a little bit just to make sure. Oh, he says audio is great. Cool.
Sweet.
Man, let's just revert back. Let's revert back to we'll clip them and put them together. 27 minutes, because that was I thought it was really good content.
It'll also be better quality now, so like audio. Nah, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so
it's up to you.
Here's the deal. We this is the second official episode. It's the first real interview. So Chris gave me the opportunity to interview him, and I don't think I could have picked a better person to interview. When you are thinking about who you're going to interview and you're thinking about, how the podcast will go and how you'll control the content and the episode, it's very, you have to err on caution, because you never really know if you're going to ask someone about something and then they're going to say something that's just completely wild. And Chris kept it really cool, and I think that he was very gracious with me in helping me kind of keep the podcast go in a good direction. So thanks for that. And so I got the I don't know I don't know if you can you see it? I don't know. Let's see. I'll post a picture of it. So I actually got the 60-foot gorilla tattoo. It's pretty cool. He drew it up for me, tattooed it. It's fresh. We're now at the stage of the tattoo where it's like dry. So I've been like putting the tattoo goo stuff.
Putting the lotion on the skin.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Slapping it because it
I'll
itches.
post that up. Let's since let's go ahead and get the beginning of this where so Chris Theriault is a tattoo artist. Had a different work history and everything, and I think a lot of tattoo artists, I don't think they come out of the gate as tattoo artists, but he's hasn't been in South Carolina very long, but he's now at Black Sparrow Tattoo in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Does really good work. I can vouch for it. He drew on me, and it was pretty pleasant. He said it didn't hurt him at all, which was comical a little bit.
I had my Bluetooth off, so it's cool.
Yeah. The Bluetooth off.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you've ever said that?
No, it's like the fourth.
The fourth today.
Yeah, probably. I was trying to dial it back even more. I was like, fourth instead of 40th. You had to cut it off.
So if you want to book an appointment, is it Heart Casket on Facebook as well?
Yeah, if you search at Heart Casket, it'll pop up. And then you can either message me, swing by in person at Black Sparrow, or you can go on Instagram. And I don't think it's in my bio on Facebook. So if you go on Instagram at Heart Casket, there's a little link in my bio. If you click that, it's a form. It asks you all the questions that I would normally ask you in person, and probably something I even forget in person, but pretty important stuff. And, it'll give you all the information. From then, I can easily just email you and tell you when to come in, basically. Or you could drop your deposit from there if you're I've already had a couple people from out of state and then like far away in South Carolina come through, so that was pretty cool about that, like getting the deposit without having to have them travel. So.
Yeah, and I think that one of the most important things you can do if you are considering getting a tattoo is to check out his Instagram. It's Heart Casket. It's the at Heart Casket on Instagram, and there's some really good examples of what you're capable of on Instagram. I think you did a really good job.
Appreciate it.
I guess let's get into the meat and potato of things. When I was getting the tattoo, of course, I asked him a couple questions because I knew that we were going to be doing the interview. I guess I would kind of like to know, how did things start with you in your career? For me, I actually worked at McDonald's before I went anywhere else. I started at McDonald's and graduated. I ended up working at Radio Shack, got into management, and that led me down a road of retail. Where did it all start for you?
So, real quick, are you saying that McDonald's was your first job? Your first real
official
paycheck job?
Yes.
Same.
Shut up.
Straight up, same.
What did you do? I worked the grill.
So they kind of bounced me around. I worked the grill whenever the fast guy wasn't there, and I basically was just like a dude that would bring something from one area to the other if they needed it, until I got a little bit better. But I ended up leaving pretty soon after. I think I only worked there for about a month. But yeah, I was in Madawaska, Maine.
Madawaska,
Maine, yeah. So when you're in Madawaska, actually, whenever you're at that McDonald's, if you're in the parking lot, there's like a waterway right there. That's the border, so you can see across to Canada. It's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my first real paycheck job, taxes type situation. Before that, I worked with my dad a little, but I did that. Bounced around. I had so many little odd jobs. I worked, I quit McDonald's. I went back to work for my dad. I think shortly after that, we kind of bickered too much because we were too similar. And so I was like, I'm going to go get a different job. And he was like, go, find one. And then he ended up just helping me get another job because he's a great guy. And I worked on a tree farm. And it was literally on the side of the mountain. I don't know what mountain, but some mountain out there. And I had to cross this little stream in my little 91 Honda Accord to get there. And I worked there for 2 weeks, and then I started getting a sunburn so bad that my skin was like turning purple. So I was like, this isn't worth it. Went back to dad, started working again, doing some like minor paint and body stuff and just like cleaning the shop and brake pads.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that. And then I moved back down to Florida. I worked at Home Depot for a little while. And I think right after Home Depot is where, yeah, I'm pretty sure right after Home Depot I started my apprenticeship. Because I went back to driving 18-wheelers again with my father. Somewhere in all that I explained, I also drove 18-wheelers. I've had my Class A CDL for 11 years now. And driving allowed me to apprentice with Brandon Price in Pensacola, Florida. And the reason that is because you have to be there like 55 plus hours a week, just working for free, you know, putting your time in, earning what you learn, and whatever else comes with that. And I would drive the first 10 days of the month and then come back and, you know, sweep, mop, stuff like that, draw, watch tattooing. But I apprenticed for 2 years under Brandon Price, and I worked almost 5 more years. I was like right at 5 before I moved here. Just decided to spread the old wings.
So not to, you don't have to answer this. You can totally dismiss this question if you want to. If you could have chosen any tattoo artist that you've worked with up to this point that you could have apprenticed with, is there anyone that you feel like with your current style or the way you prefer to work that you would have apprenticed with, or anyone that you have aspired to work with? Is there anyone else you think you could have apprenticed with? And
honestly, no, because when I first started apprenticing with Brandon, I kind of had like a little bit of an ego because I had done a couple tattoos before then, and I was like, I could do a line, you know, I could run lines, I could pack black, like whatever. But realistically, I was trash. I had been let loose too early, and Brandon was like not shy about like, hey man, you need to dial it back some. And I was like, all right. Yeah. I mean, the more you just trust the process, like that's why it's important to get under a good artist to learn, because they're going to show you the best way. Even though you may think like, oh, I wish I could just do back pieces already. Like, why can't I just tattoo full time now? It's because you're not ready. And a good artist will be like really stern on that. Right. And Brandon, like he wasn't like overly hard on me. He was just kind of like strict in a sense of like, hey, look, if I notice that you rush through this little stencil, like he would give me little tasks. And if say one of them was to trace some tribal and make a stencil from that on tracing paper, and it has to be clean enough to where he would be able to make a tattoo from that very clean. And if I, you know, didn't do a great job, or if he could see that I rushed through it, he'd be like, crumble it up, throw it away, do it 30 more times. I'm like, damn. And that used to make me so mad, but like, I'm glad that I did now, because I mean, it drilled in my head like you have to have a great stencil. Even though, oddly enough, as you get better, you can work from less of a stencil. Like you can like freehand stuff on with Sharpies and stuff, you know. But you have to have that fundamental. And he wasn't necessarily the style artist that I was even at the time wanting to be like, you know. I wanted to do only traditional at first, and he did some traditional, but he more so was just like doing whatever walked through the door. And I was like, that's so cool. Like you have to, you know, you have to do that to make money. And I got to watch him find his own style too, which was cool. But he's always been like really big on find the information that you want. So like he can give me all the info he has, but I could just not do anything with it, and then it'd be a waste. So he was like, go get tattooed, you know, like learn, ask questions. And I think it was great. I think that if I was under somebody else, I don't know that I would have gotten as good of an apprenticeship, to be honest.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah.
So
he's a great dude.
A lot of the purpose for 60 Foot the podcast is to kind of break the cycle of people having excuses of why they can't start their business or they can't do what they want to do. And I think being a tattoo artist is a business. Even if you work at a shop, I feel like you are a business. because it's one of the very few things that you can do where you still have to market yourself. Like there are very few jobs where you proactively have to market yourself and still draw people to someone else's business, which is, kind of a weird thing. It gives almost a difficult task because you are teetering on the I'm in someone's shop. Do I market the shop? Do I market myself? But I think a lot of people are with a tattoo artist specifically. Either A, they aren't scared and should be, and they run before they've crawl or walk.
Yeah.
Or B, there are people out there that are amazing artists and they're scared to get things started. They're like, I can't quit my current job or I can't make time to do it. And they have, different things going on. So I think it's really cool that you made a way to use your trucking job to transition over.
Yeah.
So,
I was really fortunate in that. So my dad and I worked together. We had our own little company that we started. We both learned how to drive truck at the same time, essentially. He could shift before I learned how to, but we put miles on the same truck. We would team drive. And so whenever I was like, hey, look, I really want to get into tattooing, some parents would be like, no, that's stupid. But he, no matter what I've done, same with my mom, has been super supportive. So he was like, all right, well, you have to still pay your bills. You need to work a certain amount of the month, whether that's the beginning, the middle, the end, whatever. And we ended up doing the beginning 10 days. But he was like, you have to do that to be able to sustain yourself so you can work for free. And it's going to be tough because you're going to be working for free there. So you have to really I had to learn about budgeting money, all that kind of stuff. I think I was 21 or 22. So I was still in the party phase heavy. And I lived in an apartment with 3 or 4 of my friends. It was like a 2-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It was a party place, man. It was cool, but I had to really focus. And I remember towards the end of my time at that specific shop, still with Brandon, but before we moved locations, and I ended up moving out of the apartment. Towards the end, I would be at a convention and just not tattooing, just as an apprentice. And I would come home after a long day and my friends would be still partying. And I'm like, damn, I feel like I missed out, but really I didn't. If I just trust the process.
So what are they doing now? The friends?
Honestly, pretty well. I feel like we all kind of came into our own. My friend Casey, he ended up joining the military, and I think he works at a bank now.
What branch?
I want to say he was Army Reserve, and so he does that, I think, still. But he lives out in Panama City. My buddy Chris Persley, he has his own little photo business going on. I say little just because it's my friend. That was a little noogie, but really, I mean, he shoots weddings, video and photo. Yeah, he does his own thing with prints as well, and then he also, I think, has another project going on, but I'm not too informed on that just yet, so I don't want to speak on that. But yeah, and my buddy Dario, another dude that was there partying with us, he's making beats now. He's a producer. Sweet. And I'm about to use some of his beats on some music and stuff. So we all kind of found our little lane and ran with it, and it's pretty cool to look back because it's a lot longer ago than I recollect when I just flash think about it. But it's cool, man. It's cool to see how everything
you
went.
said Dario's making beats?
Yeah.
We need to link up. It'd be cool to have just intro music and stuff.
Yeah, dude, he's your guy. So he makes all styles, but I mean, I feel like his main go-to style, if he just reverts back to whatever he wants to do, is kind of more in the lo-fi, chill. Yeah. It would be awesome for this.
Do you know his social media?
Yeah.
Oh, what is he? Shout him out, dude. Let's.
So on Facebook, let me real quick just make sure of what he mostly goes through.
Yeah, so while you're looking that up, I'll just say I actually have close friends that do music, and I'm going to limit the amount of name throwing that I do because I'm trying to do this without looking like a clout chaser, basically.
Yeah.
So, but he might this might be a good platform, even though it's small right now. It might be a really good platform for him. So, by all means,
Yeah, so his Instagram, I would say, because he has like pretty
Sure.
cool behind the scene videos that he posts too of him making the beats. But it's Dirtbag Dario, and that's the name that he produces under is Dirtbag. So he and I like the very first couple songs that I made. That looking back, it's like I tried to hide them because I was so nervous. I would just be like, I was walking through the floor, like just talking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even back then, he was awesome at producing, even just on Fruity Loops, But now he's upgraded his whole game, and he's like on it. It's awesome. I love seeing my friends like do stuff. That's so cool.
In the next couple of weeks, we're probably gonna do a couple of interviews that have music. In addition to linking up to them for some music for this, we have this mixer. Let's break it in, see if we can get him in a call in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm sure he'd be down for that for sure.
Yeah, so someone in that line of work typically deals with a lot of people, so he would probably be a good personality for for an interview.
Yeah,
that would be dope. That would be really cool.
We could just shoot the shit, man. Talk about how he got started, what he does, and whatever. Just let it flow.
I think this particular episode, I'm not sure honestly, since I'm just getting started with this. I'm not 100% sure how each episode has like SEO and stuff, but I think if I can, obviously, I'm going to try to push this in front of tattoo artists. So, do you think that there's anything you've learned in your, time tattooing? Any advice, products, perhaps? I know. So when I got my tattoo, is it the product is it kind of name drop stuff like that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that would actually be great. Yeah, Saniderm.
Dude, that was game changing. Yeah. So I have tattoos all over my arm, and on this tattoo, it was like a saran wrap that was really nice, Saniderm, and he put it on there, and I'm not gonna lie, dude, the first day it was gross. It was terrible. Yeah. It had like all this gross black. Is that like plasma?
So it's blood, plasma, and a little bit of ink.
Gross, bro.
So it's a second skin for those of you who don't know what Saniderm is. It's a second skin, and it sticks to the skin that's not tattooed around the tattoo, and doesn't stick to the tattoo. So whenever you peel that first application off, like I was telling you, it's not going to like rip your tattoo off, but still go slow. But it holds the blood, plasma, and all that stuff to your tattoo and looks disgusting. But while that's happening, it's healing twice as fast.
Oh, dude.
Because you're using your body to heal your body, which is way better than lotion, Aquaphor, stuff like that, which is still cool in the after side of it. But I personally recommend using Saniderm for 24 hours, taking it off, putting your second application on, 3 to 5 days, whatever's comfortable, and then take that off, clean it, and you can use Santa Balm, which I'll have to get you some of that. It's
dude,
awesome.
Yeah, definitely. So something I'll say about it that was really cool is, so having other tattoos, you find yourself where your tattoo feels kind of dry, and it's almost like your skin is hungry for some moisture. So you're like taking this hand, you're putting stuff on it. Yeah. So you're constantly applying stuff. Dude, this tattoo's like a week old, and it's pretty much healed. I can't believe how well it healed.
So it's Saniderm and also technique, not to like toot a horn or whatever, but like it does have something to do with that, because if you work too hard in one area, it'll take forever to heal. It'll scab really thick, and some scabbing, because as tattooers we aren't printers. Yeah. Some scabbing is like normal sometimes, and it's gonna like flake and peel and stuff. But actual thick scabs, usually something went a little wrong, either applying it or in aftercare. Who's to know? It's case by case, but
yeah. So I have some tattoo artists that I've talked to throughout the years or whatever. So any of you guys that aren't currently using Saniderm, or if any of you have had that, should I use this or whatever, I can say from the perspective of someone who got a tattoo that, we packed color in, it looks really good, that it was totally game changer. So if you're thinking about it, I would say at least try it. Don't dismiss it as an option. Another thing, your machine, it was like something I had not seen before. So when you go get a tattoo, or I would say typically the idea of a tattoo, a lot of people are scared because the tattoo machine, other than stuff like you have, basically hasn't changed for a long time. I mean, it's a motor turning with a needle on a hoop that is just off center a little bit with a rubber band holding it. It is it's loud and noisy and super unhappy. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. Some of your old school cats are probably like, "F you, bro." All I'm saying is that stuff that the thing you had, dude, it was like really small. And overall, my thought on it was the older machines. I was just thinking about how much more cumbersome they are. So it seems like yours would have less fatigue. So if you can, let's talk a little bit about that. If anyone is thinking about getting into this or whatever, if you're going to spend the money to get into tattooing, I would say something that you seriously need to think about. Any job you do, you're as good as your tools are. Like, don't get me wrong, you can improvise with anything, but
makes it easier.
I definitely think this is a case.
So I would say, first off, if you want to get into tattooing, definitely do an apprenticeship. Don't think you can do it without it. Some people have, but that's like such a few case. Like, you have to learn the tricks that someone trial and error to figure out the right way. It's just so much faster. But definitely an apprenticeship first. But in your apprenticeship or even full-time tattooing, if you've been tattooing 20 years, whatever, if you haven't tried, I use an Axis machine. It's from Axis Rotary called the Valhalla, ironically.
Valhalla?
And so it's a pin style machine, and it's awesome because there are quite a few pin style machines. It's not like a brand new technology, but on this one, it's the only one that I know of that you can change the stroke on the fly, which is a big deal because it changes the feel of the machine, and you could line at a certain stroke and then shade or pack color at a different stroke. And for this, you can use one machine to do that. So you wouldn't have to, like back in the day, the loud ones that you were talking about, coils. Yeah. So people would set up a couple different coils, a liner, a shader, a color packer, whatever. Some people might use one, but for the most case, it was multiple. So using rotaries, you already had that little step up to where it was one machine that could do it all in most cases. But with a pen, you're using cartridges instead of full bar needles. It's so much better. So like, I love pin style machines, and at first I was against it. I was like, man, I don't want to, I can do good tattoos with what I have. Why do I want to mess with it? And then my buddy Joshua Shaw actually put me on that, and I'm about to buy another one.
Awesome.
I love it. Yeah, Axis. It's super comfortable. It's strong, and then I also can do anything that I need with it. And I felt the way about one other machine, and it shit out like after a year. So yeah, they're expensive. Machines in general are expensive, like it's an investment. You're going to make money on it, but like you want it to last, and you got to go with a company that's going to fix your stuff when you need it.
So something that I'd really like to touch on, that I think is important and a lot of people don't know about it. Something I'd said earlier was your Instagram.
Yeah.
How well or how good of a job you've done, and how well you maintain your Instagram. I think that's probably one of the things that made me I was comfortable. Like when it came to like you tattooing me, normally when it comes to like a tattoo artist, I'm the kind of guy, I'm like, I need to see what they've done. How do I feel about it?
Yeah, you should always do that.
Oh, dude, looking at your Instagram though,
yeah,
it was a no-brainer. So any of you guys that aren't using social media currently, chances are you're not watching this video. But if you're watching, if you've stumbled across this video, as a matter of fact, if you have a friend that's not using social media that's a tattoo artist, send them this video. Okay, let's make their life not suck anymore. Like this video is going to change their life because one, they've not used the internet and learned about Sanoderm. They don't know about the rotary machines and the pin style machines.
Yeah.
Axis. Yeah, they don't know about Axis. And the Sanabomb, they don't know about that.
Yeah.
And they if they're not using Instagram, no one knows that they don't suck. Like seriously, like looking at your Instagram, at Heart Casket, looking at that Instagram, there's literally no doubts at all as to what you're capable of. I mean, there are a lot of tattoo artists that have been tattooing, and obviously, I'm not going to spit any names, but in this town, dude, there are tattoo art. I don't even know that we call them tattoo artists, but there are people that have been tattooing since before tattooing was legal that seriously are like restricted to just a little bit better than flash art.
Yeah.
And I don't know what has held their progression, because I would think that eventually like they would get better, or if it's just because the people that they appeal to want those types of tattoos.
It's all about the market. So I've noticed moving to the Charleston area, traditional is huge. And I don't know if you noticed, but I don't do a whole lot of just traditional. I used to do a lot of neo-traditional. And then I kind of went like more like the new school way, and then like more into realism. But I'm down to do whatever, luckily, because if I would have moved here not knowing that, I would have been like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
There's no market for Chris out here. But as far as like the artists that only stick to one, some people just really don't want to venture out. That's like, it's in their wheelhouse, and they really just are comfortable with it. And it's, you can even within one style still do like so much more broad of a, like you can always innovate what you're doing even within one style. But I definitely get what you're saying on both sides. Like sometimes you get to where you can pay bills and you're like complacent and you don't really want to try and get better, because it's scary, honestly. From the time that I made it out of my apprenticeship to now, I've been scared shitless doing certain tattoos more than once. And like, for instance, some on my Instagram, some of the more impressive ones that people really had a bigger reaction to, I was terrified while doing that tattoo. I know that that's part of the process because I'm trying something new, and I learned so much from it, and it came out great, obviously. So if you're watching this and you have one of those, thank you very much for trusting me.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's scary trying something new.
So what do you have anything currently that you've considered doing that you're scared of? Or is there any tattoo currently that you're like, oh, it's not my wheelhouse? But I guess the reason I'm asking, something you want to do. Yeah. What I've noticed is that there are a lot of tattoo artists that have things that they want to do, but one, they have to have the right person to do it on.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, kick-ass tattoos aren't cheap. And it's not like flash art where you walk into a place and get a slice of pizza on your forearm, which, by the way, don't do that. Like, I've seen so many people that it's like they had like 600 peel and stick kids comic books, and they've just been like sticking stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess that's cool.
Yeah.
If that's your thing.
In a sense, like, I don't want to knock it because it's not really my thing. I actually you saw my arm. One of my arms is almost completely black. We were working on doing a whole cover up. I had that kind of vibe going on because as an apprentice, I would try and get tattooed by whoever I could at the moment.
What's that called? I've heard people use is it peel and stick? Is that what they call it?
No, just
maybe it was slang. I probably heard someone say some slang.
Bangers.
I hate that word, bro.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you go to the tattoo shops and they're like, "I'm just gonna get this little banger done."
Yeah, you just got a bunch of flash
banger out.
On you.
Yeah, little flash bangers. The tattoo slice is a banger. I hope someone was watching this and they were like, "Man, I really want to get that slice of pizza," and then they heard this conversation and they were like, "I'm not gonna go to Chris Theriault because
no. If you want to get a slice of pizza, I literally have one drawn up. I shit you not." Can we cuss on here? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go
if
for
not,
it, bro.
Bleep me out. If not, Zuckerberg, whoever runs YouTube, kick me off if not, but sorry about that. Pizza, I'm so down to tattoo pizza. Like, any kind of, look at my Instagram. Any kind of food tattoo, dude. Whatever style, let's do it. All right. I love it.
Well, let's get specific about it. Is it like a cartoony pizza? Because I've seen your other tattoos. It probably looks like a slice of pizza coming off your arm.
I'm down to do both, but the one that I have drawn up is kind of like, kind of new school. I'll have to find it. It's in my phone somewhere.
If you post it, I'll share it.
Yeah.
If you got to post it so I can
I
share it.
will.
And I hope we reflect back on this day and some like really attractive, awesome person gets the slice of pizza and they're like, this is for you, you fat, goofy podcasting guy. like this is, I did this because of you, you know?
I'm so down. Like any food, seriously, hit up my Instagram. Any kind of food tattoo. I'm so down. I was kind of worried because I was doing a lot of really cool stuff down in Florida, and then I knew that coming up here, I would have to just kind of grind it out and like take walk-ins and build my clientele. More so, build the trust in people to show them what I can do.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the best outcome you'll get from a tattoo is whenever you give an artist a general idea and, you know, say, hey, I trust you for the rest. You're going to see what it's going to look like before it's even done. Like you'll see the sketch, you'll see the stencil, all that stuff. You have to trust the artist though. That's super important. That I do my best work on my clients that are like, this is what I want to do, just whatever you want.
So when you originally drew the gorilla tattoo, I love the colors, and last second I changed it, and not to say that this is anything negative towards anybody, because it's completely not. This is a shop that a lot of people respect. The reason I didn't do blue is because I didn't want a blue gorilla.
Yeah, I got you.
Nothing against that shop, by the way. I've not heard anything bad.
Well,
about
also
Blue
because
Gorilla.
it's a logo for you.
Yeah.
So like I completely understand that.
Well, and I didn't think about it until like
I didn't either. That's
was a
weird
couple-
that my mind just reverted to that. Well, I think because typically
you're not from here though. So
well, that and also like whenever you look at most gorilla references, like I had a realistic reference that I drew that from. So I was like looking at that when I was like, you know, making a stylized version. It's a really weird process, but when I did that, like the realism in me, I was like, okay, I see certain hues and like temperatures whenever a certain light hits that plane. You know what I mean? So I was like, we'll go into blues out of it, you know. But
loved it though, dude. I loved it, and I loved it so much that I was almost like, I'm just gonna leave it. But then I was like, if I leave this, I'm gonna have a blue gorilla as my logo.
I didn't even think about that.
Charleston,
yeah,
I didn't either until it took some time, and I was like, man. Again, Blue Gorilla is a tattoo shop. I have nothing negative to say about them.
They're a great shop.
I didn't mean anything negative by that. It was just kind of funny when we originally drew it up. It was blue. I loved it, and I was like, dude, that looks so dope. And then last minute, I was like, so I need to change one thing. We have to make the gorilla brown, and it was just because I didn't want my logo to be a blue gorilla.
And I was going between brown. So like what it is I did all the black shade on it, and there was a heavy amount of black, like I would tattoo, you know.
Yeah.
But coming out of that, I was either gonna go into like browns or blues, and then also I was gonna do both. But I was like, nah, if this is a logo, it needs to be kind of a little more dialed back, more direct. And yeah, that's weird. That's like subconscious.
I kind of want to keep the blue copy just as a.
That'd be cool, yeah. Just
If
show
anything
people,
ever
hey,
happens to
this
Blue
is the
Gorilla,
original.
I'm reverting to blue. I'm gonna be like, if they ever sell or change their name to something else, I'm totally like I'm rocking the Blue Gorilla.
Yeah, no, that makes sense now though, because like I remember being like, oh wow, yeah, I think I sent him a couple. I sent you like some progress shots, and it had that color in there, and I was like, it's weird, but it totally makes sense now.
Last second, that's what it was. I was like, man, if I have a Blue Gorilla, being in Charleston.
Yeah, they're a big name shop around here. So that makes sense. Yeah.
So quick shout out to a local business. Do you drink coffee? Are you a coffee drinker?
So oddly enough, I want to. I just don't ever wake up early enough.
You want to be like the guy that drinks coffee?
I feel like it would make me more productive. You know, like whenever I wake up, I'm usually pretty groggy until I pee and then get something to drink. Like it kind of makes no sense, like pee and then fill myself back up.
Urinating removes your grogginess.
Yeah, because like you got to aim and just like all that kind of stuff.
Wake up and piss ass.
It's an activity for the mind,
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, I can get that.
I think just more so walking around. But like if I were to drink coffee, even if it was, so part of me also just wants to do it for the health benefit. I've heard that if I can drink black coffee, it's good for me. I think.
Okay.
And the problem is though, I like really sweet coffee.
Are you how sensitive are you to caffeine? Can you have a cup of coffee this late in the evening?
Oh yeah, I don't.
Oh,
really,
bro, that is
you can
about
ask
to go
my
down.
girl. It pisses her off. I'll fall asleep on the drop of a dime. Like,
Oh, that is,
it doesn't
dude,
even matter.
it is about to
If
go
you
down.
start a movie, I'll probably already have cried at the sad part and then fell asleep. And I say that because I did that tonight. We were watching, right before I came over, actually, we were watching Hillbilly Elegy. You ever seen that?
No?
Dude, seriously, you should watch it. Whenever I was like walking in and out of the room, just like doing whatever, my girl was watching that, so I would catch little parts of it. And it kind of interested me a little bit, but then like there were some parts where I was like, eh. But really, it was just that I wasn't fully invested into it yet.
Yeah.
I watched the last half and I was literally crying, dude. And I'm not like super sensitive.
No,
I mean, but dude, that's a great movie. And then it's like all based off a true story.
I had a cry moment the other day, like, and I mean like full on cry moment. I have some friends that are in India. One of them, his name is Lovejeet, but he goes by Lovey, and Lovey has been teaching me about Sikhism, and it's when you. Oh, okay. For me, I say when you. I need to make sure that this is when I saw people with turbans.
Mm-hmm.
I automatically had it came with a negative connotation. Like in my head, very ignorant, obviously, at that time. Now I've kind of, but he was teaching me about Sikhism.
Yeah.
And he sent me it's called Simran. And Simran is basically a chant. It's Waheguru. And it's just basically saying God over and over. And he was like, just listen to this and think and just let your thoughts go. And I'm just sitting there, dude, and I start thinking about everything. And I had like this weird cry moment because I was so happy just about everything in life. Like the podcast, this is huge for me, super, super therapeutic and
It's
accomplishments.
Yeah.
Well, getting to a point where I can do things that are creative is awesome. I've been in a rat race for years, man. So getting to that point is crazy. Actually, thinking about it, I find you very fortunate being able to do, just kick-ass art every day. I mean, I'm sure that it's still stressful, and I'm sure that it's not like you wake up and you're like, oh, I get to draw something happy.
No, I totally get it. I'm happy every day that I can wake up and tattoo. Like, I've always kind of been like that. I've had like short little spells where I felt like I might be burnt out, but honestly, that was just me being lazy. So,
yeah. Dude, so just being so thankful. I was just sitting there thinking about it, and I had a cry moment. I actually I messaged him about it, and he made me feel like totally cool. So he's Punjabi. Those dudes are like warriors. Like the Punjabi people, like normal Punjabi people. Well, I say normal. If you see a Punjabi person, he looks different than anyone else, but they look almost like Jason Momoa, like when he's all like He-Maned out, because these dudes have maybe all of them that I've met have like vegetarian diets, and they're super conscious of their health.
yeah.
So these dudes have like these super, like, I could fight a lion bodies.
Yeah.
And their turban is
I
super
wash my
tight.
clothes on
It's
my
not like
old
loose, it's all
abs.
tight, and they're
Yeah.
dark complected. Like, they don't shave. They don't cut their hair ever in their life. So they look super hardcore. So when this dude was like, when he told me, he's like, I've totally cried while listening to that. I was like, oh, okay. Like this lion chasing Indian warrior,
Yeah.
he totally cries.
I used to think that it was like a sign of weakness, but honestly, you kind of need to sometimes.
Men cry, bro.
It is what it is.
Men cry.
Honestly, before that movie, Hillbilly Elegy, check it out. Before that, my dad had some health problems recently, and when he was going through it, like, I instantly cried, and that was the first time I cried in probably years, a couple years at least, that I can remember. I've never really been like super against it. I've just never been one to like instantly cry. Now, when I was a kid, all the time.
He cried it up.
All the time. Like, I don't know why, but I was just so sensitive as a kid. But I don't know. I just kind of got to that point in life to where I was like, well, I can either show my emotion and feel it right now, or just clear my head and try to figure my way out of whatever hole I got myself into, So
Yeah, dude. So shout to your dad, man. It's really cool. hearing, that your dad was supportive and helped push you to do what you wanted to do. And it almost sounds like he was a huge, cog in that machine that kind of drove you to do what you needed to do. So huge shout out to your dad. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, my mom as well. She would come through and get tattooed, even early on.
Oh,
like,
dude,
everyone was just super.
Your mom's all
instantly
tatted out?
supportive.
Is your mom like super?
She's got a couple, yeah. So I just
That's dope.
right before I left Florida, I did a yellow rose on the back of her neck, right below the first tattoo I ever did on her, which was, I don't remember the name of it, but it's like the Jesus fish.
Yeah.
It's like I did some tie dye in there, and so right before I left, I did the rose right below it. And I did yellow rose because that was, if I'm not mistaken, it was the last color rose that my grandma, her mom, saw before she passed.
Gotcha.
It was also one of her favorite roses, So it was like super cool for me to do that. I think that she didn't have an idea too, and I was like, "Oh, I got you. Are you cool with the rose?" She was like, "Yeah," and she didn't catch on at first. I was like, "All right, cool. Well, give me a minute. I'll come back."
So your mom has
Just
a
kinda,
tie dye and a Jesus fish and a rose.
Yeah.
Hearing that gives like the like my immediate thought of your mom is like one of those peaceful hippie people.
100%.
That's awesome.
She would
dude.
smile. Like, hopefully she watches this. She would smile
Like-
so big hearing that. Yeah.
Oh man, what is the Yeah, I just when you said that, all I could think was like immediately, I just pictured all the happy people in the '60s music videos, like Woodstock people that are just like super happy and
Yeah.
that's dope.
She's throughout my whole life, and no matter what we had been going through at the moment, she was always like, just be kind, be nice, spread love, and so that didn't sound good, but
That was your latte.
yeah. Oh, shit. But she was always like,
They
No-
didn't
no
hear
matter
the- They
what.
didn't hear it though. They don't even know what happened.
oh, so we heard some glass break back in the warehouse, back past the audio room and the editing, all that. So it's a huge operation, this whole podcast.
Massive.
But
It's like 1,600 square feet.
yeah, at
Two
least.
bathrooms.
Yeah, well, the bathroom is 1,600 square foot, and then there's, it's really hard to get to the toilet. It's really it's a different setup. The toilet paper's on the other
Huge.
side of the room.
Massive. It's
Kinda
huge.
pointless.
Huge.
Yeah, and then you got both bidets, and then it's
Bidet?
impressive.
Is that
yeah.
the thing that shoots water in your butt?
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Water butt
It
shooter?
cleans your butt. Yeah.
Oh, that is priceless,
shooter.
bro. Oh, he said they heard it. They heard
Really?
You know why they heard it? Because of these new microphones. So,
Yeah.
all right. Really quickly, I'm going to vent, okay? I'm going to vent. So I get all this, I get this camera, this laptop, I get everything hooked up, one microphone, okay? And this microphone is a Shure MV7, I think, and it's USB. So I'm thinking, like, I can run this and be fine. So I asked the dude at Guitar Center. Dude at Guitar Center is like, dude, this is going to be a great podcasting mic. And I'm watching Joe Rogan. His mic is a Shure. I got the silver one just so it didn't look like I was copying him.
I think
'Cause
he
it-
has 7 Bs.
He does.
Yeah.
So the look, aesthetically,
Yeah.
so I was like, I don't want to, because obviously, if you do a podcast, like Joe Rogan is like, his studio to me would be like Mecca, like,
Yeah.
So, like, really, but that totally fail sauced. Running two of these or running this, and we were running a Yeti Blue. Running both of those on USB sucked. Absolutely terrible. So now I'm like, all right, so we have this software, $30 software that took a dump on me. So now I have a Rodecaster
Bootleg.
Pro. We have another mic, another pop filter, another boom arm.
Yeah.
So, dude, like in a
This
couple
is a
of
new one, isn't it?
brand new, bro.
I thought it stayed put whenever I
yeah,
put it there.
the other
That's
one
nice.
sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for you, bro.
It was
For
different.
this episode.
Thank you.
This episode.
It's
Actually,
very nice.
the other microphone has one of these too. That's this full setup.
No shit.
So by the
that's
way,
awesome.
I ordered this stuff. Feels so stupid. So I ordered this stuff and didn't know what phantom power. I didn't know how to turn it on or turn it off.
yeah.
And I got that figured out, and then I went through a bunch of issues, and I contacted Amazon, and I'm like, hey, Amazon, your microphone's a piece of garbage, and Asian Amy sends me another one. Thank you, Amy. And so it came in, and obviously, like, my area is only wide enough for 2 people, and I'm not typically going to have someone there. So I'm going to give him the microphone that Asian Amy gave me. So really, Asian Amy from Amazon gave you a microphone.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, it was just whenever the button was stuck in between.
Yeah. Well, so
awesome.
I thought it was Phantom because you had told me, you were like, hey, did you check Phantom Power? I checked that.
Yeah.
I get it turned on. I wasn't sure if it was that. I'm like plugging it in. I bought another XLR cable.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm talking, I went through a bunch of stuff and ended up like, I mean, we're basically, like, we're borderline studio setup at this point.
Yeah.
Like, the closet is full of sound deadener.
Really?
The
Wow.
tiles for the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, like, open that door. It's like this.
That'll help a lot. I don't know what this sounds like. And I'm also sitting pretty far away, but I assume that this mic, I've had the same one before, and I remember, like, the pattern on it. It's a condenser, so it picks up. It's already pretty sensitive. And I imagine also that your Rodecaster has a pretty nice preamp. So
Yeah.
that would give it a lot of, clean gain. So it's probably picking me up just fine.
Asian Amy is a hero.
She really is.
She's my hero.
Yeah.
Thank you, Asian
Well,
Amy.
technically mine too, because
Yeah,
I
our
came up
hero.
on a mic. Whenever I moved from Florida, I sold my whole like little studio setup, and yeah,
Oh.
so it came right on time.
Oh,
wow.
man. A Minion and a Rick and Morty glass.
Thank you so much.
Look at that. All right, quick plug. One Nation Coffee. One Nation Coffee. Look at that. Look at that, broski. We'll have to see what
This
you think
is
about this.
crazy.
You said you want to be a coffee guy?
Yeah.
So here's your if you want to be a coffee guy, my opinion, if you're gonna buy like coffee from someplace locally or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
this would be the best bet. You can order it online. I think it's onenationcoffee.com. I'm gonna reference that really quick because I
That's
want to make
so
sure that's
good.
quick. I actually I was able to. Oh, sweet.
I'm so that it's cold.
I don't know if you can. So it I guess that's not really the best example. So they hooked me up with a couple sample packs. I bought some coffee while I was there. Let me check it out. I believe it's at One Nation Coffee on Instagram. So I looked this place up because they're like super patriotic and all that. Now I was drinking Black Rifle Coffee Company. Not saying there's anything wrong with Black Rifle, but anything that's patriotic or pro-military or anything like that, I'm typically like on board. And I've been looking for other coffee options because I'm totally addicted to coffee. And I looked up One Nation, find out that it's a local company, and I call it. John answers the phone, and he was like, "Dude, if you come by this afternoon, I'll show you the place."
That's cool.
So he like shows me the roaster.
That's so cool.
Dude was awesome, bro. I left there. I bought a couple like shaker cups, but you gave me some samples. It is so there's 2 owners. One is he's Navy, and the other is a police officer.
Yeah.
So they're both like service people. All of their branding and everything is very patriotic looking. And they during COVID, I don't want to misquote, but I think he said 2,000 pounds of coffee. Like they donated, I think it was 2,000 pounds. I'll reference that,
like,
and if
workers and stuff.
yeah,
That's awesome.
so I'll reference that, and if I'm incorrect, I'll put it in the down in the comments. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. OneNationCoffee.com. If you're a coffee drinker and you're considering, maybe ordering some different coffee or whatever, OneNationCoffee.com. This is not paid. These dudes did not, I'm not asking for anything for free. I bought the coffee that I got, 100%. This is good stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. You see how low mine is already? It was like hard for me to not just chug it. That's my first. Whenever I drink something and I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm like, just dead, gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's super good. And I'm glad that it was. I'll drink hot coffee, but I'm glad that it was like cold.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
It's so good.
I can do hot coffee. For whatever reason. So we spend a good little bit of time at the lake on the weekends. If I drink it early in the morning at the lake, I want to sit outside in like my fold-out chair and drink hot coffee.
Yeah.
But if I drink 2 cups, second cup's got to be cold. It's weird. Like I'm
Does
good
it
for
warm you
one.
up too much or something?
I don't know.
That's probably what it is.
I'm good for one
You
hot
start
cup of
getting
coffee.
like internally too warm or something.
After that, I'm cold coffee.
Yeah.
So
It's
onenationcoffee.com, super awesome. Yeah. So this is Moab. We're drinking Moab right now. Moab, mother of all blends, and it's their dark. And it's so we have an espresso machine. So this is like espresso machine, and this is it's a latte. So
Yeah, that's super good.
this dude, he just called me out for being a bougie coffee drinker. What a hater, bro.
Oh, by the way, I can't remember who it was, but earlier I saw in the chat someone said, "Is his logo like the Burger King one?"
Oh, that's the one
You might could say that. That's definitely my profile. Yeah, it's pretty similar. I like to refer to it as the Patty Prince for copyright reasons.
Patty Prince.
But yeah, that's me.
So anyone that's not local won't know this. There's one in North Charleston. There's a location in Columbia or Lexington. Wild Wings just came out with some burgers, and one was like the King of Burger. One's like the McDougal or something like that.
It's a weird
Bro,
name.
they straight up like nailed it.
I feel like McDougal is like what you had on the back of all your like the spine of all your math books in high school, like McDougal printing. I just I don't know. That's weird. Little side.
Now that you say
track.
that, I'm wondering, is that
I'm pretty sure it's like either
the binding company,
or the printing, like the publishing one. It's either like McDonough or McDougal or something like that. Because I remember thinking in my head, and my friend Corbin, shout out to you if you're ever listening to this. I remember we laughed about it, and he like said it some weird way, and like literally that's all it would take. It could be dead quiet in the classroom, and he would be like, he would just say it real quick, and I would be crying, real tears, just trying not to laugh. Like,
so
way sidetrack.
We've got 9 viewers live, which is considering that the podcast is a week old, that we're sustaining 7, 8, 9 viewers. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, my wife's one of them, so. We have 8 or 6 viewers. Either way, super thankful. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Share it up. Can we do a tattoo promo?
Yeah.
What do you think, bro? Like, let's. What would be I mean, we didn't talk about it, so.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to figure. So I will say, I did one giveaway.
Let's do it off the cuff.
And
can we do it off the cuff? Is that a thing? Like, this is live, bro. Can we do a live? I mean, we can't give it away right now. We'd have to announce it later. But these people could maybe have 2 entries instead of the peasants that didn't watch this only get 1 entry, possibly.
Yeah. So all right. So what I can do is
can we do
last
the pizza?
time
Can it be the pizza?
That would be very specific. But see, the problem is, like, whoever won, they would have to get stuck getting the pizza, even if they didn't necessarily want it. You know what I mean? And if you help me out, I'm willing to help you out with whatever you want to get tattooed within reason and budget. But we'll probably have to figure that out, because I do have to make good on the giveaway I just did.
Yeah.
There's actually 2. I did one on Instagram, one on Facebook. So I will have to do that. But next time I'm on here, we can definitely do one.
How about this? I'll do it. And this is anyone that knows me will say that I'm good for it. How about I do like a gift certificate? I'll do a Black Sparrow gift certificate. I doubt seriously that Casey is one of these 8 viewers. I'll reach out to Casey Williams, who's the owner of Black Sparrow, and I'll buy a what is an hour now?
So an hour, I believe, is $150 across the board for everyone.
$150?
But
So-
I mean, we have like $50 gift certificates, $100.
That's whack, bro. Let's do an hour. I want to buy an hour. Let's do 150.
That'd be cool.
Let's go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna do a 1 hour. Let's do a 1 hour tattoo shop giveaway specifically for Heart Casket. Not saying that there's not other people there that are cool, but I mean,
Yeah.
Let's
It
do
would
that.
make sense though, since I'm on the podcast today.
Yeah,
so.
I would say so. I would say so. So
We could definitely set that up.
how about we have like 500 likes right now? I think we were going towards 600 likes on the Facebook. Let's do at 1,000 likes. I'll give away a $150 gift certificate. I'm trying to think about the best way to do it so that it works. If you invite your friends, like and share the page, and comment on this video, done, D-O-N-E, done. Comment on the Facebook, because when we do a video, it automatically, if it's not automatically on Facebook, which it should be, I will be posting it on Facebook. So just be patient. Seconds after the video, I'll post it on Facebook. Just put done or shared, actually, like, share, and I'm gonna do a $150 gift card giveaway for Black Sparrow Tattoo, specifically for Heart Casket. Cool. So like and share. Let's get this thing to 1,000 friends. Sandra, so I see you just said, I got no friends, joking around, haha. You can have one friend. So you don't, it's not multiple entries. It's going to be a random, if you invite your friends and you have 300 friends and then someone invites 20,000 friends, their entry is one entry, your entry is one entry. So you stand the same chance as anyone else that does it. Everybody please like and share. Share this video because obviously that'll also gain more exposure. Yeah. Anyone that's, we're an hour and 4 minutes in.
Is there a time limit?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
I'm good.
No, I paid for the, I paid the $19.99 per month to not have a time limit.
Trial.
I can't believe you did that to me just
That's now. Only the OGs will know that.
Yeah, only the OGs will know that.
One podcast to go.
Jesus. Great. That's still posted on Facebook. I think I'm gonna leave it. Like, I think that's
cool.
Even though this podcast at this point, we're an hour in. We've got a pretty fair audience. Everybody, please, if you don't mind, take a second, share this. Obviously, we want them to hear the content up to this point. The whole purpose of this podcast is to help grow the possibilities for entrepreneurs and people doing what they love. So that's really what we want. But at this point, I'm with it. So we keep plowing this thing out.
Yeah.
Bangers.
Bangers for everyone.
Bangers for everybody. Oh, man. Well, Winry is now following you too. Winry is his dog. He's got a bulldog. And
that's cool. That has social media.
So she's like older.
Yeah.
So she's getting kind of like ornery. So Jeremy Mason is Army. He was in the Army. And
nice.
His wife that was commenting earlier, she's from Germany, so she's like German, like native German.
Yeah.
They I don't know if they got married in Germany or if they got married here. Either way, it's irrelevant. But he's definitely like Saul combat. Ex-Army, so it's
like
pretty
deal.
dope. Yeah, pretty dope that he's following us and that we shouted out the One Nation. That's kind of cool. Jeremy, OneNationCoffee.com. By all means, show them guys some love. Jeremy's he's a solid guy, really solid dude. So, and Sandra just commented something. I don't know if that's German or not. I don't know. Married in Germany. Jawahol. Whatever. I don't want to.
I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, I don't want to get stuck on that.
You're actually the German expert, so
we're going way too far down this road.
Yeah, rabbit hole.
Way far down the rabbit hole. Yep. So, I don't know if we can do it without dropping names or not. You guys have heard us say the banger thing. Can we do the story? Can we tell the story of the bangers and getting banged out? We're an hour and 7 minutes in. Anyone that's followed us this long,
I'll have to be kind of
anyone that's followed us this long deserves to hear the. Should we go off so that it doesn't mess up this specific? All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump off alive right now. We're gonna jump back on with a separate episode. It's just gonna be a messing around episode. I'm gonna name it
Bangers.
Yeah, bangers or getting down with Chris Theriault, because I don't want to get away from the content of
Lost
it being
in the Sauce
business.
Part 2.
So yeah, we're already getting away too. All right, guys, like it, share it. I love you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll be back. If you want to wait and you're enjoying this and you want to join us, we're gonna come back with a story about getting banged out.